This is the broadcast of News Hours on Psalm TV. The broadcast is coming to you live from Jalingo, the Taraba State capital. Follow the Pulse of the Nation on Facebook at Psalm TV and on YouTube at Psalm TV Live. The news headlines. The Cross River Governor Otu holds 20th Carnival's Calabar as global significant tourism event. The former governor of Kogi State, Governor Yaya Bello, declares 2027 Kogi Central Senate beat election. The FCT Minister Wike denies promising to hold PDP for Tinubu and means critics of Fubara defection. I am Herbert Naftali Bandawa. Now the news in full. Alpha Awoku was crowned Mr. Gasol at the 2025 Gasol Entertainment Empire Beauty Contest and Award Night, held on December 28 at Ofo Villa in Tella, Taraba State. The event, which drew entertainers, media personalities, and dignitaries from across the state, also saw Favor Samuel emerge as the Miss Gasol, as well Maxwell as Mr. Independence Gasol. The celebration of talent, confidence, and rich cultural expression missed more.
The pride of Korea Kingdom.
The Cross River State Governor, Prince Basi Otu, has described the 20th anniversary Carnival Calabar as a flagship tourism event with global appeal. Speaking at the Flag Off in Calabar, Otu urged participating bands to creatively showcase the 2025 with the theme, The Trace of Time, to leave a lasting international impression. He reaffirmed the Carnival's economic and cultural significances, praising past administrations for sustaining the festival's visions and growth. The former governor of Kogi State, Governor Yaya Bello, has described his intention to contest the Kogi Central Senatorial seat in the year 2027. Bello made this announcement during a visit to the palace of the Ohimeri of Ibereland, attended by traditional rulers and stakeholders. Governor Ahmad Ododo and other leaders were present. Bello, an APC stalwart, said he accepted calls to represent the district currently held by Senator Natasha Akpotio-Diagan. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has dismissed claim by Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde that he promised to hold the PDP for President Bola Tinubu, describing the allegation as false. Speaking in Port Harcourt, Wike also criticized the Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, saying his defection to the APC lacks political structure. The PDP in Rivers, however, insisted the party remains intact despite recent defection. The Nigerian army has neutralized over 80 terrorists and rescued 34 kidnapped civilians in coordinated multi-state operations between December 25th and 29th, 2025. The operation spanned Borno, Adamawa, Sokoto, Katsina, Niger, Zamfara, Plateau, Delta, Cross River, and the FCT. The key successes included airstrikes in Borno that destroyed ISWAP's Jazz base and repel attacks in Niger and Katsina, and arrest of criminals, illegal miners, and oil bunkerers. The Army emphasized its commitments to intelligence-led operations, public safety, and restoring security nationwide. Amid ongoing political realignment in Taraba State, the former Speaker of the House of Assembly, Honorable Joseph Albasu Kunini, has formally announced his defection from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to the All Progressive Congress (APC) during the visit to his hometown ward in Kunini on Monday, December 29, 2025. Kunini cited consultations with political allies and community leaders, means personal convictions and a desire for better service to his constituent as key reasons for the move. Some TV correspondents completes the report.
Amid ongoing political realignment in Taraba State, former Speaker of the Taraba State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Professor Joseph Albasu Kunini, formally visited his home ward in Kunini on Monday, December 29, 2025, to announce his defection from the People Democratic Party (PDP) to the All Progressive Congress (APC). Honorable Kunini told his constituents that his decision to switch parties followed wide consultation with political allies, committee leaders, and advisors, and was influenced by his political ideology, personal aspiration, and the desire to better serve the people of Kunini.
Defection from People's Democratic Party (PDP) to All Progressive Congress (APC). Across the world, political realignment is a common phenomenon in democratic societies. It is often driven by ideological shift, personal convictions, and the need for effective representation. It is from these lenses that I have decided to defect from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to All Progressive Congress (APC).
Kunini also emphasized that the move aimed to position both Kunini and the state to benefit more from democratic dividends. Community leaders praised Kunini for personally returning to brief his constituents, describing the gesture as a mark of respect, transparency, and accountability. They pledged their continued support and called on him to remain committed to inclusive leadership and grassroots engagement.
Duk abun da ya same shi na farin ciki, ina ga kuzo zan ce na fi shi farin ciki. Duk abun da ya same shi na bakin ciki, na fi shi bakin ciki. Yau rana ne na farin ciki.
In his address at the event, Honorable Desmond Wee Kunini urged youth to remain united, peacefully, and supportive of one another, warning against division based on religious or personal differences and encouraging collective action for community progress. The meeting concluded with an interactive section where constituents expressed their expectation. Kunini reiterated his commitment to sustain service, promising that his new political alignment will help bring development opportunities to the constituency and ensure closer collaboration with governments at all levels. Lilian Yakubu reporting for Some TV.
The Tiv community in Donga local government area, Taraba State, has passed a vote of confidence on Honorable Dr. Bulus Mayaki, pressing his consistent grassroots intervention, humanitarian outreach, and emerging 2027 political vision. As community leaders and members formally endorsed his growing movement and commended his record of inclusive development ahead of the general election. Some TV correspondents completes the report.
It was a moment of celebration and political affirmation as Tiv community leaders and members paid a courtesy visit to Honorable Dr. Bulus Mayaki during the Christmas season. The visit was not only to felicitate with him, but also to formally endorse his growing 2027 political movement. Fondly addressed as Makandonga Hasken Chankai, Dan Maliki Bantaji, and popularly known as Baba Mai Sola, Honorable Mayaki was praised as a talk and do leader whose development promises are backed by visible action.
Kuma na shiga siyasa in Allah ya yarda zan nemi House of Representatives. Wow!
Idan na samu goyon bayan ku, to ni ma za ku samu goyon bayana. Wanda fiye kama muna so, gwamna san na je wuri. Gwanon sunku ana siya muku mashin, ana siya muku mota, ana siya muku sai kuna ta buga musu hannu. Bai kamata ba, kamar ka ajiye kudin ka ATM ne ka sa kati. ATM ya baka kudi sai ka yi ta buga ATM hannu.
Speaking during the visit, community representatives commended his record of grassroots engagement, highlighting the provision of solar light and power system to communities, as well as the distribution of food items, including bags of rice to vulnerable households during the festive period. The endorsement comes amid Honorable Meyaki's declarations of interest to contest the House of Representatives seat for Takum Donga Usa Yantu Federal Constituency in 2027. His agenda, according to supporters, is anchored on unity, peace and inclusive development. Key policy priorities outlined by Honorable Meyaki include improved power supply through 33 kV transformers across local government, of solar-powered street lighting, construction and rehabilitations of feeder routes to boost agricultural productivity, and the establishment of community-based internal security structures. Lilian Yakubu, reporting for Some TV.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm talking.
It was a moment of celebration and political affirmation as Steve community leaders and members paid a courtesy visit to Honorable Dr. Bulus Meyake during the Christmas season. The visit was not only to felicitate with him, but also to formally endorse his growing 2027 political movement. Fondly addressed as Makandonga Hasken Chankai, Dan Maliki Bantaji, and popularly known as Baba Mai Sola, Honorable Meyaki was praised as a talk and do leader whose development promises are backed by visible action, and the establishment of community-based internal security structures. Lilian Yakubu, reporting for Some TV.
Jalingo came alive on December 26 as excitement, laughter and music filled the air. At Christmas Family Laughter 10000, the Taraba State biggest end of the year entertainment gathering, drawing families, youth, fun seekers together to celebrate their season of goodwill in grand style. The Some TV correspondent completes the report.
According to a statement from the House, the 1,000 Naira support was not meant for the general distribution to constituents. It was intended to be shared by the Speaker's aide with neighboring children, youth and other less privileged persons who visited his residence in Jalingo on December 24, 2025, while the Speaker was preparing to travel for the Christmas celebration.
I want to thank God for today, thank God for making it possible for me to see 2025 Christmas. What I will tell my constituents and Tarabians at this point in time is, particularly celebrating Christmas like this, our message should be one, peace.
Meanwhile, the Speaker's Christmas visit to Yakuku featured several humanitarian and developmental interventions. This included the distribution of rice, wrappers and food items, provisions of start-up funds for small businesses, donation of motorcycles to security agencies and vigilante groups, commissioning of 3 culverts and the award of scholarships to students. Beyond the festive period, the House donated that Right Honorable Bonzina's project over the year include the construction and furnishing of NYSC accommodation in Zing and Yakuku, installation of street lights, construction of culvert, tree plantings, initiative to tackle climate change and other community-based projects.
In my little way, there are a lot of things that I have done to show my concern for my people. Realizing that we cannot rely on government always to recruit teachers and then post them to our schools, I decided to embark on NYSC quarters. One in my village. As you move on, you can go and see it, and then the other one in Zing. You can also see it on your way out. So that NYSC, once if you provide a befitting accommodation like this for them, they will settle down to do their best.
The statement expressed regret over any misunderstanding caused and reaffirmed that the Speaker's actions were guided by concern for the welfare of constituents and commitment to people-centered governance. The House also urged the public to focus on broader developmental impact being made across Taraba State. The Taraba State House of Assembly says it remains committed to transparency, unity and sustainable development. Lillian Yakubu reporting for Some TV.
Jalingo Metropolis came alive on December 26 as excitement, laughter and music filled the air at the Christmas Family Laughter 10:00, one of the Taraba's biggest end-of-the-year entertainment gatherings, drawing families, youths and fun seekers together to celebrate the seasons of goodwill in grand style. Some TV correspondents completes the report.
The event, held at Shield Hotel, kicked off at exactly 5 p.m. and attracted a large and diverse audience from across the state. Families, youth and entertainment lovers gathered for an evening of comedy, music, dance and stage performances that lasted late into the night. Tagged A Better Tomorrow, Christmas Family Laughter has grown over the years into a major festive brand promoting unity, relaxation, and wholesome family entertainment during the Christmas season. Top comedians and entertainers treat the audience with rib-cracking jokes, energetic display, and interactive performances. Popular acts including Job Legends, Gospel Alhaji, MC16, Franklin, MCKC, Moti, Extrovert, SK Mumuye, Tessie, Mark Lockie, El Nelly, Benchman, MC Klaus, Big Teeth, La Casera, and others kept the crowd laughing, dancing, and cheering throughout the night. The atmosphere reflected pure joy, cutting across age, social, and political divides, truly living up to the event's identity as a family laughter show. The event also recorded the presence of noble dignitaries, including former Governor of Taraba State, Julie Nyami, former member representing Law Ardokola and Karimi Lamido Federal Constituency, Danladi Braido, and former Algon Chairman Stephen Agya. They commended the organizers for sustaining the initiatives, describing it as a platform that promotes peace, unity, and social cohesion through entertainment, especially during the festive period. Special commendation was given to MC Kendo, the host and chief organizer, for his consistency, creativity, and ability to package a high-quality entertainment show that continues to attract wide public support. With improved organization, structured ticketing, and growing acceptance, Christmas Family Laughter 10.0 has further strengthened its position as a major entertainment brand in Taraba State. As these curtains fell, many attendees describes the event as a perfect blend of joy, laughter, and togetherness, capturing the true spirit of Christmas. Lillian Yakubu reporting.
Says that the Nigerian Air Force under Operation Fansaniyema carried out precision airstrike in Zamfara State on December 28, 2025. The killing scores of terrorists destroying IED factories and camps. The target included Truba Hills and Kachala Dogo Sules enclave in Safeluku government area. The Air Force says the strike disrupted terrorist logistics, crippled explosive production, and strengthens the effort to restore peace across the Northwest. In the same security context, the federal government assured Nigerians that intensified counter-terrorism operations, including joint actions with the United States, could strengthen the economy. The Finance Minister, Wale Idun, said the measures said to protect lives and businesses while boosting investors' confidence. He highlights steady GDP growth, falling inflation, and rising investment, stressing security and economic stability are inseparable foundation for sustainable national development. Beyond security, the global changes in raw materials demands in 2025 reshaped supply chains affecting Nigeria and Africa. Slower Chinese growth and green technology transition increased demands for strategic minerals. However, expert warns that Nigeria's resilience on unprocessed exports limits gains. They stress that value addition, infrastructure investment, and regional trade integration are crucial to converting resources into long-term development. On the political front, the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, warned that the PDP risks relevance by 2027 if it fails to correct internal leadership failures. Speaking in Port Harcourt, he blamed selfish leadership and unresolved internal conflict for mass defection. Wike urged party leaders to admit past mistakes, reposition the party, and adopt disciplined, selfless leaderships to ensure political survival. Against this backdrop, speculations intensified that the Kano State Governor, Abba Kabir, may defect from the NNPP to the APC. Local party leaders and aides publicly pledges to follow him, citing loyalty to the Konkrasia movement. However, neither Governor Yusuf nor the NNPP leaders, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, has officially confirmed or denied the potential defection. In response, the NNPP dismissed claims that Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso supported Governor Yusuf's alleged defection. Kano State Chairman Hashim Dungurawa described the report as false, stating that party leaders urged Yusuf to remain. He appealed to Kano residents to continue backing the party, expressing confidence that loyalty to NNPP will translate into future electoral success. Meanwhile, the African Democratic Congress criticized President Bola Tinubu's foreign trip amidst worsening insecurity. The ADC spokesperson, Bolaji Abdullahi, says that the Nigerians were unsettled about the Zamfara bombing and deserve reassurance. He faulted the president for not addressing the nation. The president responded that Tinubu's trips to Europe and Abu Dhabi was part of the end of the year vacation. Similarly, the Social Democratic Party urged Nigerians to rise above tribal and religious divisions. In a Christmas message, the SDP chairman, Shehu Gabam, called for compassion, unity, and shared responsibility. He encourages acts of kindness, support for the vulnerables, and ethical leadership, stressing that national cohesion and inclusive growth are essential to building a fairer and more resilient Nigeria. In economic development, the Naisal Microfinance Bank PLC closes 2025 with over 100 billion in agricultural loan guarantees, enabling bank and finance high-risk agro-businesses ventures, recognized as MSME Agri-Finance Enablers of the Year. The institution says its rise sharing framework improve financial inclusion. Looking at 2026, the Naisal plans to expand climate-smart agricultural financing nationwide. At the corporate level, the finance company Branch NG donated laptops, learning materials, and health items to students of the Lagos secondary schools. The company executive said the initiative promotes digital inclusion, education, and student well-being. They noted that empowering young learners align with Branch's commitment to community development and preparing students for a technology-driven future. Meanwhile, the Nigerian tech and telecom sector showed resilience in 2025, despite rising costs. Report says that data usage and connectivity continued growing due to the sustained investment by major operators. Regulators will work to balance pricing and consumers' protections. Analysts projected further growth in 2026, provided network stability improves regulatory clarity as it is maintained. In the property markets, Lagos short-let sector experienced a surge ahead of the festive season. The increased demands from tourists, diasporas, Nigerians, and business visitors boost bookings in Ikoyi, Victoria Island, and Lekki. Analysts said infrastructure upgrades secures property titles are attracting investors, indicating short-let housing is becoming a long-term investment option. Politically, the Kogi State Governor, Usman Ododo, launched the APC electronic registration exercise. Revalidating his membership, he urged the residents to participate actively, describing the initiative as vital for strengthening party's organization. Ododo reaffirmed support for President Tinubu and pledges continued focus on security, education, healthcare, youth empowerment, and agriculture. In a diplomatic effort, NITCOM and Nigerians group in Saudi Arabia raised $750,000 in diya to secure the release of Nigerians on death row. The funds were deposited into a designated account, with officials hopeful that ongoing diplomatic arrangement will lead to mercy after more than 2 decades of detention. Looking ahead, the former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi announced his intention to contest the 2027 election. Speaking on X Space, he ruled out being a running mate, insisting that his political journey is aimed at the presidency. Obi urged Nigerians to support him in prayers, expressing confidence in his leadership's experience. On the troop welfare, Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu assured soldiers of improved welfare and intensified operations in 2026. Speaking at the Unitide luncheon, he commended the frontline troops and outlined plans to strengthen intelligence gatherings and sustain inter-insurgency effort nationwide. Particularly, the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria urged Nigerians to support the federal government's joint fight against insecurity. The PFN President Bishop Francis Wale said insecurity now surpasses corruption as Nigerians begin challenges and called for decisive actions to prevent further loss of lives. In Kano State, security forces killed 9 bandits and a vigilante during a gunshot in Shanono local government area. The bandits had abducted residents and rustled cattle before fleeing. The military intervention forced them to abandon motorcycles and phone, earning commendation from local security groups. However, armed bandits attacked Gorun Dutse village in Shanono local government, killing 1 resident, injuring 2 and stealing over 40 cows. Security forces responded swiftly, forcing the attackers to flee, while victims were hospitalized, underscoring persistent rural security challenges. Elsewhere in Gombe State, Governor Inuwa Yahaya condemned a gun attack in Pindiga Akko local government area, where 2 residents were killed and others abducted. The police confirmed intensified patrols along the affected routes as authorities urge residents to remain vigilant and cooperate with security agencies. While in Lagos State, emergency responders rescued victims in 2 separate incidents. A vehicle accident in Lekki which killed 1 child and injured 4 others, while 2 men trapped in a fuel tanker in Apapa were safely rescued. Police launched investigations as survivors received medical care. And also in Jos Plateau State, 2 people have died and 16 others injured in a tanker accident around Polo Runabout in Jos North Plateau State. The crash, which occurred around 6 p.m. on Sunday near St. Louis College, involved a tanker and 5 other vehicles. The Federal Road Safety Corps Plateau State Command confirmed that the tanker lost its brakes before colliding with other cars. The victims were pushed to Plateau State Specialist Hospitals and Bingham University Teaching Hospitals, while security agencies cleared the scene and restored traffic. Now it's time for a brief commercial break. Stay tuned, for we have a lot to bring back to you on the news space.
Amazing grace is the story of my life.
The Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN Taraba State Chapter invites the public to her New Year Combined Service, date Friday, 2nd January 2026, time 9 a.m. prompt. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. Abu Kefas, the Governor of Taraba State. Guest speaker, Reverend Simon Peter Ali. Chief host, Very Reverend Father Dr. Williams Peter Awashiri, CAN Chairman Taraba State. Venue, CAN Secretariat, FGC Road, Jalingo, Taraba State. Announcer, Planning Committee.
Everywhere that I go, everything that I do, all I see is grace.
Welcome to a new era of comfort and luxury. Glamour Hotel and Hospitality is opening its doors. Join us on December 31st, 2025 at 10 a.m. in Indafro Kromi local government area as we unveil a space designed for elegance, relaxation and unforgettable experience. From beautifully crafted rooms to top-tier hospitality, Glamour Hotel is ready to redefine your stay. Don't miss the grand opening. Glamour Hotel and Hospitality is where comfort meets styles.
Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day.
The Yuletide season is here again, and it is a period of sober reflection and stock-taking to evaluate our success and the positive achievements recorded. It is on this note that I, the Managing Director and CEO, Mambila Beverages Nigeria Limited, Abubakar Hamidu Kara, PhD, on behalf of the management, board and entire staff, felicitate with the People's Governor, Dr. Abu Kefas, his Deputy Alhaji Aminu Abdullahi Alkali, Speaker and Honorable Members of the Taraba State House of Assembly, Secretary to the Government of the State, Chief Barrister Gibbon Timothy Kachaps, Dengwe Mambila, the Chief of Staff, Dr. J.J. Williams, Head of Service, Dr. Hamidu Ahmed Kara, traditional rulers and the entire good people of Taraba State on the occasion of Christmas celebrations. Your Excellency, sir, words will fail me if I'm to count your numerous achievements for your personal sacrifice for the peace and unity of the state. Thank you for your purposeful and quality leadership. Thank you for the developmental strides spread across the state. As you celebrate, we at the Mambila Beverages, make of Highland tea and green tea, wish you God's protection, long life and more wisdom as you embark on yet another scintillating and result-oriented 2026. Happy Christmas, my Mabel Bass, the People's Governor. Signed, Abubakar Hamidu Kara, PhD, Managing Director and CEO, Mambila Beverages Nigeria Limited.
Welcome back. Glad to have you still with us. The news continues. 4 people have also died and several others injured after a truck crashed into 2025 Igon Cultural Carnival processions on Sunday in Nasarawan Igon town in Nasarawa State. The incident occurred near Igon Community Secondary School when one truck lost control and collided with participant, followed by 2 other trucks causing additional mishap. The Federal Road Safety Corps Nasarawa State confirmed the casualties, with the deceased deposited at Federal University of Lafayette Teaching Hospital. Governor Abdullahi Sule expressed shock and extended condolences to victims' families. Similarly, 3 other people died in a Christmas Eve fire at the 22-story building in Lagos Island. The emergency agencies rescued 8 others, including a firefighter. Investigations are ongoing into possible structural and fire safety lapses as such operations continues. While in Bauchi State, the Bauchi State Governor Bello Bala Muhammad warned traditional rulers against collaborating with criminals, stressing that such actions threaten peace and security in the state. Speaking during a visit from the Emir of Duguri, Alhaji Adamu Muhammad Duguri, the governor highlighted the critical role of traditional institutions in intelligence gathering, early warnings, and community policing. He also urged residents to embrace agriculture for economic empowerment, promising government support and improved farm inputs and incentives. Armed bandits have demanded a 500 million ransom for the release of 5 road construction workers kidnapped on December 15, 2025 at the government project site along Sabaja and Owa Onire Road in Isin, Kwara State. The families of the victims says the abductors insist on negotiation only with the government. While police and security agencies continue the rescue effort, relatives appeals for urgent action, welfare support and stronger security to ensure the safe returns of the workers. And finally, the Jigawa State government confirmed full implementation of local government financial autonomy. The council chairman now receives federal allocation directly, enabling grassroots development and empowerment programs. Governor Umar Namadi said the policy strengthens governance, boosts agriculture, and improves rural livelihood across the state. That's all we have for you now. Follow us on Facebook at Som TV and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Som TV Live for breaking news. I am Herbert Naftali Bandawa. Wish you a good morning.
Africa, a land of roots, rhythm, and resilience.
Where every thread of the fabric tells a story.
Every beat of the drum echoes heritage.
And every voice